unakuanga na commercials na Hello, Happy New Year. My name is Mutindi. I am an actress, a journalist, a master of ceremony. I'm basically a media girl. And Happy New Year. I hope mmeanza mwaka salama. I am well myself. I thank God. I'm grateful. And I want to share something today about, I know it's 2025, mwaka umeanza. And you know, when the year is starting off, we have a lot of plans, you know, tuna mipango mingi sana. And based on that, allow me to share my experience about planning and how God does things. And basically, this takes me back to 2023 when I was trying to now get into the acting space. And, you know, like any other person, I had lined up how I know things are going to work out. But also I was pretty much open-minded because I didn't know anyone. I was just trying something out of the blues. By out of the blues, I mean I had no recommendation, nothing, no one knew me. I didn't have a platform, and no, nothing. But I was sure that God can use anyone. And what I'm trying to say is, you see, most of us, when we are planning for things, you know, especially destiny-wise, career and many other things, tunakuanga tuko na idea ya how things are going to work out. So say, for example, you are looking for a job and you know someone who works at a company where you want to work. And so in your head, hata ukiomba, you might find yourself saying things like, na Mungu, naomba uguse roho ya mtu fulani, ndo anipatie hii kazi. You know, we know who God will use, and we have decided ya kwamba mimi najua Mungu utatumia Masi. So hata tukiomba, mimi ni Masi naombea. But you see, on the other hand, you don't know what plans God has. And so let me share my story to bring more clarity to what I'm trying to say. So when I was going for auditions and everything, the reason I was going for these auditions is because I knew that's how I'm going to get into the acting space, which is true most times. Not even most times, that's how you do, in one way or another, just not directly, and I'll explain why I'm saying not directly. So I used to go for auditions, Kenya National Theatre, nilienda di auditions at Kenya Institute of Mass Communication. I used to go for a lot of auditions, and I was hopeful that one day I will walk in, audition, and then get a reply, ya kwamba we've taken you, we've chosen you for this role. You know, that's what I had in mind. And so when I was going for these auditions, you know, you'll find yourself praying, I pray that today as I go for this, as I go to audition for this role, I pray I get it like this, nina nini. But let me tell you how my mind worked. So I went for all these auditions, and I never got these auditions. Mostly the act. I didn't go for many. Let me not pretend that I really hustled. No, I didn't go for many because I was just starting. I hata sidhani nilifikisha auditions 10. I went for a few though. One time, I was casted for an extra role ya advert, Airtel. And I was casted by a guy called Kolo, okay? Extra, underline, commercial, you know, commercial modeling, I mean, adverts. You see these adverts you see here. So that's the first time I met Kolo. How did I get Kolo? Kolo nilipewa namba yake. You see how when you go for auditions, unapewa namba ya wenzako wanakupatia namba. Hey, umse ukast. I think that's how I got Kolo's number. But now, he never casted me for Kipindi. He casted me for an extra role ya commercial. Because I had done some commercials, okay? So I went for this Airtel advert role, and it was like a small role, but I did it with everything I have. And so you see, mostly Kolo casts now, which I didn't know. Me, you know, ndo nimeingia nimeambiwa ni casting director. And so I didn't know kama kuna casting director wa commercial na casting director wa nini. So niko like, oh, so kunafaa kuwe na casting director, kuna kwanga na commercials na acting. But I think they just are casting, wana cast two talent. So could be for advert, could be for nini, but I had not figured that out. So I did that, and I did it with everything I have. And so underline that. It was an extra role, but I gave it my all. But I do not owe him getting back to me. Let me just continue. Anyway, so I did that role, ikaisha, we went back home. And so like a few weeks later or months, Kolo calls me again for an extra role at Salem, which I did. No lines. I remember ni mtoto wa Jackie Matubi alikuwa amepass kwa hiyo program. And so I was a nurse. And my work was just to skuma ile stretcher out of the room, from the room now, you know. So nilikuwa nimevaa tu mask, kazi yangu ni kusukuma stretcher, and that's it. So the reason I was going for these roles, and the reason I never underestimated these extra roles, was because I knew from these roles you should network, you know, meet people, show them what you can do, nini na nini. And so let me underline that most actors think when you start, you'll just start up there. Do not undermine extra roles. Let me point that out. So we did those roles. Now, Kolo has casted me for 2 extra roles. The first one was a commercial Airtel. Then the other one, Salem, yeah? Tena, so this day comes, this specific day. This is the day that changed my life. I woke up in the morning. There was another advert commercial, commercial audition, and nilikuwa inafanyika somewhere in Parklands, which nilikuwa pia nimeitiwa na Kolo. So Kolo texted me the previous night, hey, niaje Masi poa, si uende hii advert. I think ilikuwa ya Faras, something like that. So I went for that advert early in the morning. So I did an official casualish look. Nikaenda hiyo advert nikafanya. So nikafanya hiyo extra role ya Salem. I gave it my all and life moved on. So siku zikasonga. So one evening, Kolo calls me. Hi, Masi, mambo poa. Nimepatia mtu namba yako, wako na advert. So expect mtu atakutext, anataka uende auditions. I was like, sawa, asante sana, asante man, thank you so much. So a few hours later, Joey texts me. I didn't know she's Joey at that time. Hi, how are you, Masi? Got your number from Collins. Akanitumia description ya hiyo commercial that we are auditioning for Infinix commercial. Tomorrow, meet at State House Road, 123. Okay, thank you so much. Sawa. So, hiyo saa mi sijui Joey. I don't know if she cast for series. Mi nimeambiwa tu Kolo has given her my number and she has texted me, and I need to go for an advert audition the following day. So I wake up in the morning, I go for that audition, and while I'm queuing, I get a call. So my dad suffered from, he has a heart condition, to cut the long story short. And so while I was there, I'm called, naambiwa, Dad, amekimbizwa hosi. And I'm like, what? Dad amekimbizwa hosi, okay. Hapumui fiti, you know, he's sweating, he can't breathe, he's not talking. So, but tumeshaongea na bro. Now they had already called my elder brother before calling me. Now a relative of ours was coming for him, ampeleke. Okay, fine. So while after that nikakata simu. So I'm not present at that time. Akili yangu imesha shift hapo. So while I'm there nikasema, manze mimi naona tu niende home juu hata kama nitaka hapa akili yangu haiko hapa. Sioni kama nitafanyia hiyo audition justice, you know. And so I told someone who was behind me kwa queue, nikamwambia some guy called Jomo, nikamwambia ni aje? Mimi naona tu nitaishia, nimeambiwa buda ni msick, but nimeambiwa napelekwa hosi, I mean, but akili yangu tu like na feel tu nimekuwa messed up. I feel wacha tu niende home nianze kufollow up, because sioni kama atafanyia audition justice, na plus sijafikiwa, there is a queue, you know, kitambo nifikie. So akaniambia hizi si uongeleshe, hiyo ni situation hakuna mtu hawezi elewa, si tunaweza ambia tu mwenye alikuwa ingie next ujaribu tu kumuongelesha. Nikamwambia uko sure? Yeah. So tukauzana nani ndio next, nikamwongelesha, nikamwambia ni aje manze nimepata emergency home, but I had given up. Yani kama angenipa hiyo option, mimi nilikuwa nimeamua, you know what, hizi auditions zitakuwa zingine, wacha tu niende. But akanipatia hiyo idea. So I approached whoever was next, nikamwambia ni aje nimepata emergency, can you let me, you know, go fast?